O'Neal. That's
Yeah.
true.
In my
And this person loves Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm a very big fan. Obsessed, one might say.
Really?
We lost everybody.
What?
Oh no.
What?
I just got a little thing saying that there's an issue.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh no.
Well,
We can all hear.
yeah.
Well, it's going from StreamYard to Twitch. That's the problem at the moment.
Oh.
Is it the network?
I don't.
Oh, there we go.
It's back.
It's back. It appears to be back.
Okay, cool.
So
Sorry for that little interruption,
yeah,
folks.
if anyone
Some
got lost,
technical difficulties.
find us.
My friend Lauren is making some art with us, and she sent me a text message.
Excellent.
And I feel like we recently had a conversation about how hard it is to make art after not making art in a long time. And I was wondering if everyone could make a little comment about their experience with that, if you'd like.
It was not visual art; it was music art. But we had a chance to just play music this summer with a bunch of people, and I hadn't played music with a bunch of people in a while because of that thing that we were talking about earlier. You know, that one time, and I was literally everything felt so physically rusty. Like, what are these motions? I've never done this before. I have to like go deep into my brain to remember what this feels like.
Sometimes it's like muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was part of it. Is like my muscles could remember how to move, and my brain could remember things that I used to do. But it was the connection between them that was like, no, you have not exercised this connection in so long. It does not exist. So, but then it motivated me to just spend a lot more time doing it, and that was a good outcome.
Yeah, I think that's like a really great reminder. I feel like a lot of times, like visual artists or like photographers, videographers, like for myself, like I feel like not videography, but it's an easy way to think of like that as muscle memory, you know, like that might be a way of saying to yourself, like, I will remember how to do this again. It's like riding a bike or like it just takes a little longer to get that muscle memory back sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that part that you said about like once you got going again, it came back. You know?
Well, part of it was that evening was like, whew, that was rough, but it feeling so rough and remembering that it didn't used to be that hard, and it motivated me to be like, well, that just must mean I'm not exercising that part of my brain enough, and I should do that more often, which was a good reminder.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that was the best reminder for you over that peculiar time. Because I live with you and I know about it.
Man, was anybody else living alone and or single during that peculiar time?
Single.
Okay.
I really distasted the question, what's it like being single right now? I feel like
were you asked that?
I was asked that a lot, and I think that's partially because I feel like I've always been in relationships, and then I was broken up with during the pandemic, and so I feel like lots of people ask me that, like, what's it like being single right now? And I'm like, I hate that question. I was asked that probably like
can you not?
Every single time, like a couple friend would ask me. So it was a rough question. I was curious if anybody else related to that, but
no, and I don't think I asked anyone else that either, because how terrible.
Yeah.
And
I'm just grateful I was not living alone. I mean, I live alone now, but that's only as of a couple months ago. But like, I'm grateful that I had a roommate and that I had the roommate that I did during the meat of the quar.
Meat of the core.
That is a phrase I have not heard before.
Oh, the meat of the core. That's not.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
I think that must be like a regional thing.
Well, I'm not
And by
familiar
regional,
with
I
it.
mean like very, very regional. Like
Within
my
5
apartment.
feet around you.
Yeah. that general region.
Can I ask a technical question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah, our friend Sarah, she's been commenting, and she's on Twitch. Is that different than being on what we're on? She's been like commenting and sending messages, but I haven't been able to see them, and I wonder if anyone else has.
How do we view them without like pulling Twitch up?
I actually don't know how it's done for all of you. Ryan and I can because we're like the hosts of this. But I also don't see them.
Yeah, I don't
Which
see
is
them
weird
either.
because usually we do.
You know, maybe
Okay.
I can open it.
Issues.
Is it
I
because,
opened it on my phone.
oh yeah.
Wouldn't they be able to still see the comments though if they were like y'all can see the chat, right?
I can see our chat.
Yeah. I saw Hannah's message earlier, but then I didn't see anything else.
Yeah, it's only because it was like highlighted.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually gonna
Sarah's
leave to start our dinner, but I'm not actually like physically leaving. I'm just virtually leaving because I'm actually gonna go stand next to Penny instead.
Oh, I forgot about my dinner. Thank you. Man,
That's what I'm here for.
You forget about the food that you're currently eating, or you like forget to pee until it's like an absolute like I need to go now.
I never forget about the food I'm currently eating.
Different kinds of food. Also, I take Adderall, so maybe that's
Oh.
Wow. Hey there, Happy Cat.
Wow.
Thick, luscious beard.
Yeah.
Is that what that sounds like?
I just went to the Twitch page and I also don't see the chat there. That's really weird.
Well, Sarah wants us to know that she's making art with the markers from her bachelorette party and the clues. We put clues. Okay, this is really fun. I was just started reading the text. I probably should have read it to myself before I read it out loud. But but we took clues and we put them in little like Crayola markers in the caps. And then she had to open up another marker at every clue, and so we like hid them around town. And the clues are still in there, and that was like 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago.
Wow.
That's fun.
That's cool.
Enjoy, Sarah.
Sarah, if you'd like to join, please do.
Yeah, you can take Oswald's spot.
Yeah.
That's an incredible name.
Technical update.
But we could never replace you, Oswald.
I guess.
But
Oswald,
also, Sarah, please join. But also, Oswald is irreplaceable.
it's true. You're right. Oswald just told me from the kitchen next door that there's a Twitch update that it's about 30 seconds behind what we're doing also.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
I had it on my phone and that changed me. Oh, wow. Seems to be the case as well. Does anybody else have anything to share about making things after not making things for a long time? Or getting back in the habit of making things?
So one thing that I have to say about this is that sometimes one of the surprising things I've found about my life is that I sometimes will not do certain types of creative acts like for a while. Hold on.
I'm listening. I'm just
It's Sarah.
Yay!
Hey.
It's great. It's really dark in my house because all my lamps are at Penny's house.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I have one lamp,
But you have our couch. Yay!
but I have the flowery couch.
Fun.
Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, I'm really glad you're here. What art are you working on?
I'm happy to be here. I just started because I was making some food art, but
Important.
I'm gonna try to use this graph paper and make a Hot the Cat drawing exclusively with like pixelated, boxes.
Cool.
Ooh.
Super neat.
And I really want to read you the clue if I can get it out. Amanda put clues in these markers caps. My last name is Marker. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ryan and Amy. I know everyone. I mean, hi, everyone, but I have never.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Sarah Smarker.
Oh, Amanda, how did you get your tiny fingers into these little marker caps?
They're very small.
I mean, pennies.
Oh, yeah. I didn't answer that until you said penny. That's correct.
That's how it works. Ooh, I got it. Okay.
We should make puppets one week.
Puppet show.
Do you guys want to know some
Sure.
interesting?
I will say that we have some friends. We have a
Oh
friend.
yeah, we do
that
have
is
a friend that's a puppeteer.
Is a legitimately amazing puppeteer. Like
Yeah.
We
We
said-
gotta get them on the show.
Well, yeah, please.
shit.
There's a lot of
This is-
interesting
This
psychology.
is a
about
hot show first. We have 7 people here. We can't actually fit 7 people on this screen.
Wow.
It's a.
Is it a challenge?
Wait, who's number 7?
What?
Who's the 7th?
We have Secret Max joining us here.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, Max.
Hello.
A
How's it
half hair
going?
twin.
What?
You're like a half hair twin with me and Erica.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
half hair. That sounds like a kind of hobbit.
I like
Oh, yeah.
Did-
It does.
Amy and Smarker. Do you also have similar hair?
No, I've got.
Oh yeah, yours is. I guess.
Fun.
You guys have pretty straight hair.
Amy, you have
I
hair
have
kind
a
of
lot
like
hair.
Sarah's husband,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like John's.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
I
just
do know
not
that.
Good for shopping.
I am pretty sure that we have John as a guest in an alternate location.
We could have another guest.
I don't know if they're set up for it, but John and Angela and Jamjar are all watching together.
Jam jar.
I like that you decided to go for Jamjar, even though everyone else had normal names. And incidentally, we do have Jamjar here. I actually don't really know how to deal with this situation totally. We talked about maybe doing some rock, paper, scissors or something, because we have Jamjar in the waiting area here.
May I suggest fight to the death? Is it possible for Hot and Erica to be in the same room and then we can all be on? If you're in the same place?
We are in the same place.
Only if you want to, and I feel like that's intruding on your time. So
That's a good point. I could maybe. Well, I have a setup in here, but also there's
Ryan,
not really
come
good
over to my
space for
house.
Erica,
I'm really in the better space right
you
now.
are in the better space. Maybe I'll come to you for now. Maybe I can come back to here in a momentarily.
in a hot moment,
Yeah.
hot.
Real quick before I go, leave this space. I just want to.
Oh, sweet.
Aw, Otter.
Do a quick otter time.
What sounds do otters make?
They sound like squealing. Like, actually, if you've ever heard them make sweet love, it's like a terrifying noise.
I haven't.
For some reason, every time I go to the zoo, like animals, I think it's probably just that animals do it a lot, but I just happen to be in a lot. Like every time I go to the zoo, I always see turtles doing the deed, or like other animals. And I saw otters making those noises, and I was scared. And then I was like, oh, they're making whoopee.
I know a lot about animals.
I find animals interesting in a lot of ways, but I feel like I think a lot of people find animals interesting because they like first of all, there's just so many interest, like the way that like the psychology of humans work. Then like when you relate it to animals, I could talk about bonobos for probably too long. If anybody has done a Google or a Wikipedia,
Is that an animal?
Bonobos are ape, or well,
Yeah, they're apes.
are they apes or chimps? No, chimps are different. They're on the same bloodline, but they are the closest to humans. But they only are in one part of Africa. So if like this is I guess Africa, it's just there, only there, and they don't really leave that area because they have sexual tendencies where they are mating pretty much all the time. It's like they have ADD, and then they like go back to the focus of just mating. And the reason why they think that is because of the females have external genitals. This is so interesting for everyone. It's going to get inappropriate real fast. So if you're a child or you have a child listening, please cover their ears. Unless you're like one of those cool parents that can explain this later in adult words. But they have like a really enlarged clitoris, and so that it's external. And the only pairing that doesn't happen between bonobos is in their like sexual nature is oldest male and mother. Everything else is just goes.
Fair game.
Yeah.
Fair fun times.
And that's why they don't keep them in zoos, because they're always doing it.
That's good. That's for the best, I think, maybe. I don't know.
They also have a matriarchal society, which I feel like is kind of interesting. They don't, if they, like the reason why they stay in that one specific area, and well, obviously like there's a lot of reasons because of like rainforests being gone and such, but if they start to have a fight or a war where like there are two males being aggressive towards each other, they get distracted, and instead of fighting, they decide to bang instead. And make sweet love.
Yeah.
So,
the human race should learn a little bit about that.
my friend decided to share this fact with us when we were in college. So we had a bonobo party where there were photos of bonobos all over the apartment, and it was called People for a Bonobo Society, and it was bonobo themed. Peace, love, and bonobo.
That's so interesting. Thank you for sharing all of that.
I highly recommend traumatizing yourself and reading the entire Wikipedia page out loud.
Oswald will, I'm sure.
Hey, Jamjar.
Hey there, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, real good.
Oh, it sounds great.
How are you guys?
Great.
Great. Doing some art.
Are you in the Midwest, perhaps?
No, I'm in Missoula.
Montana.
Missoula, Montana.
The way you said "oh hey there" sounded so Midwestern. It was comforting.
He's from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I am from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
We hear that accent.
I was.
I like Angela's work accent.
What's that?
Angela's work accent. The Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Very Midwestern. But
We were
not even
for a bit.
What?
Do you hear that fire truck?
Yeah.
Well, Jamjar and I live about exactly a half a mile away from each other, and I can hear it through the computer and outside.
That's nice.
Art show.
Ooh.
I like that it looks like it's worshiping it.
Ah,
Oh, that's good.
Or perhaps finding it.
I think it's levitating it, making it levitate.
All of the above.
I'm levitating.
Worshipping and levitating it.
Oh, someone asked how bonobos mate. They're apes, so pretty much the same way humans do.
Yeah.
If you look up photos, it looks like I said, when we had that party at my apartment, there were photos of them all over. And my other roommate, we forgot to tell him about, well, his parents came like the next day and then he had to explain that why there were pictures of monkeys having sex all over our apartment.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Say, I live with a ton of gay people, Mom.
Welcome, Purple Drain 7. It's great to have you here. You're welcome to do some art with us. Also, hey Max, we only briefly said hi. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Your voice is so clear with that nice little stick you got.
Oh, good. I was hoping it worked.
It's really good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Were you eating something?
I was eating ice cream.
What kind?
Salted caramel.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's amazing. I just made some cookies this week and I made my first caramel. And I've tried to make caramel before and it has gone terribly wrong.
Oh no, what happened before?
I don't know. It wasn't good.
What did it turn into?
Crystals, sugar crystals. Yep.
Oh.
I think it was like the pot that I was using had a few like imperfections. Oh, interruption for what I do believe is a bonobo. Amy, could you confirm?
What was the question?
Is this a bonobo?
Yeah.
There it is.
It looks to be. I can't confirm without. I'm sure that if you Googled it and that showed up, that is probably one.
Yeah, Google told Oswald. Thank you for your confirmation.
Bonobo.
Like I said, rare to find a photo where they're not doing the stuff. But I like pictures of monkeys hugging. I think that's kind of cute. Or those, what are those really little monkeys, like the one that was in Friends? Does anybody know the type of monkey that is?
Capuchin.
Capuchin.
Cute.
So you were telling me about caramel.
Oh, yes.
You made something with caramel?
Yes. Okay. So Oswald and I had a big marriage celebration a month ago, and we had bought a big bag of pretzels to share with people, and I was really sick of having them in my house, and so I turned them into cookies, and I turned them into Pretzel Lenses with caramel sauce in between. So they were all cut out in the shape of like a teardrop, like a little teardrop. And it's 2 cookies, like a little sandwich with caramel in the middle. And they were damn good. They were real good.
That sounds really good. And it also sounds a little bit fancy.
It looked fancy, and it sure tasted fancy with caramel that worked. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want caramel that works.
Yeah, and we have a little extra now, and so it's October and fall times, and I'm gonna dip some apples in it tonight.
Good.
Yeah.
What?
That's
That
really
sounds like
good.
art to me.
Like what?
That sounds like art to me.
Oh, it is
What do you say? That
It's
word
art.
keeps cutting out.
art. Art.
Oh,
Latte
art.
foam art.
Latte foam art. Do you make that?
Tiny pumpkin. Sorry. I at one point was a barista, but I was referencing yet again Bo Burnham's song, "Whoa, White Woman's Instagram," and it is very catchy and stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Latte foam art.
Purple train. Oh, that really catches me up. Purple train 7 knows it. Knows what's up. It's so good. That documentary is really good. Oh, I guess it's documentary.
Yeah, at first when you said
I know. Yeah, no, not really.
it's interesting because I feel like I watched it.
Good.
And I remember having a conversation with Ryan, who has left the chat. Also, Purple Chan says it's CH, like Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Erica, can you help?
How do you pronounce Hanukkah? But
Which is
It's a
Hanukkah.
well, like L'chaim.
yeah.
Hanukkah.
It's called crane.
Oh, that's so smart. I love that.
Purple cane. Right?
Purple rain, purple rain. Okay, do you guys remember a time in the early 2000s when YouTube videos like would go viral in the way that TikToks go viral, but it was like for 4 years that's the video that you talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was everyone's favorite 2000s viral video?
All I can think of is the Charlie bit my finger.
Oh my God, shoes. Who is that person?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
Oh my God, shoes.
Oh, the Britney video I think was that the same person? No, different person. No, was Shoes and Leave Britney Alone are two different people, right?
Totally different people.
Yeah. Sorry. My favorite video is that girl when she's trying to make an informational video of her little sister. Well, she's trying to make an informational video about how to make oatmeal with blueberries on top. And oh man, I want to show it to you guys because I don't remember it. But her sister is singing along and is annoying her during the video. She's like, blueberries, blueberries. And then all of a sudden you hear this like big thump and then she just hits her face. And I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh every time.
Maybe you could share a link to it.
Yeah, I think I can.
Oh, yeah.
Fun. How do we...
Have you ever watched the little girl who's like singing like Celine Dion or something in the mirror? and then she just like screams at herself every time she messes up, and she's like, she just starts singing Celine Dion, like, I don't know, My Heart Will Go On or something. She's like, my heart will, and just she like misses a note and like screams at herself in the mirror. Yes, it is. It is actually. It's Whitney Houston. It's I Will Always.
Oh,
/ Dolly Parton, depending
That's
on
a little better.
what you think.
Oh, Ryan is still in. We can't show YouTube's videos, maybe.
I'm not actually really sure if we can show YouTube videos or not. We can't show anything that's copyrighted with sound. Like we can't use any sound that's copyrighted. One time we did watch a small clip of a Seinfeld episode without any sound. And that apparently was fine. But the YouTube archive, we can't monetize it.
But we're not monetizing.
No.
Well, there's homework for everyone. We need to look up the blueberry oatmeal and the Celine Dion screaming girl.
You forgot the blueberries.
But you could
I will
share the link.
Yeah, I'll share the link in the chat.
Should ad-lib an entire Seinfeld episode.
Oh yeah, that's the next hot show. There you go.
Also, we do have. I have found there's this whole website that has royalty-free music and sound effects, but also video. So I imagine there's all sorts of crazy stuff we could find on there.
What's the website?
It's called Storyblock.
Storyblock.
Storyblocks. Storyblocks.
That's a good homework assignment.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sharing. You forgot the blueberries in the chat.
That's useful.
I have an interesting question. Everyone, please share the last word that you Googled how to spell that's still open in your tabs.
Huh? What'd you say?
The last word that you Googled how to spell.
Oh.
If it's still open in your tabs.
It's not.
I have a lot of tabs open. Let me check them all.
It's normally on my phone because you try to type it in to try to figure out how to spell it. The last word that I tried to spell was curmudgeon. And in case anybody's curious, it's spelled Curmudgeon. A bad-tempered person, especially an old one.
Mine was stodgy.
How do you spell it?
How do you spell it?
Also, definition, please.
Okay, give me a moment.
Sure.
I'll give you my reasoning while I'm looking it up. It might still be open in a tab. I Googled it because we were watching the Great British Bake Off, and they use that word frequently. And in the baking British sense, it is heavy, filling, and high in carbohydrates. But in the sense that I was more familiar with prior to this engagement was dull and uninspired. Something.
For me,
it's a bit
I guess
stodgy.
Oh,
bingo.
Log off. Ryan does a very, very good British Bake Off impression, and his old roommate can do one that is so spot on. It brings me so much joy.
Of Paul Hollywood?
I think it might be Paul Hollywood. It's just I think he just does a generic British. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Oh, you're muted.
The taste is there, the texture is there. It's a little boozy, but I like that. The handshake.
But the last time you did it, but I like that. And I can't do that.
A soggy bottom.
Can you say, "Don't eat that, Mary, it's raw"?
Rule.
Roar.
Rule.
Oh.
Roar.
It's raw.
Excellent.
No.
I like this only like coming in for a second. It's joyous. Alright, I think I'm done with my Emoticat drawing.
Oh.
I just added red because I
Good.
felt like it needed that. It's still a bit scary, but
Fun. I want to add color to mine. That sounds nice.
I also will say before tonight is over, or before you leave, Penny, and before everybody leaves, we should really get some of
Exquisite corpse.
the drawing game. Yeah.
Oh, can I read one of the? I've been waiting to hear that come up. I don't really know exactly why this clue. I kind of know what it was supposed to lead to, but I don't really understand it. But we're going to the Rhino to play a game of Exquisite Corpse. Trade masterpiece for drink.
What's that from?
From my bachelorette party.
Oh.
Exquisite Corpse is a game where you So I used to be an art teacher. I did it
We played Much Exquisite Corpse. It was like our college stoner game of choice.
Every day.
That's a good one.
I do that on first dates sometimes because first dates are awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and so I am an awkward person, and if I allow myself to talk the entire time, it'll lead to odd conversations for first
I've
date.
enjoyed it.
I will
So
say that talking about a lot of animal sex on the first date might be a little strange.
Yeah, I generally
Or it
try
might
to avoid
attract
that
the wrong
one.
people.
Yeah, that's true. Not into bestiality, just like interested in the social dynamics of, well, just sexual orientation in general, but like, because I'm queer, but it's interesting that animals, like that humans are the only people who are like, gay bad sometimes, but animals experience gay things all the time, especially dolphins. Dolphins are super gay. Swans are too.
Aw.
Sometimes ducks, sometimes lots of birds.
I'm learning so many things tonight.
Yeah. You're coming to do art.
Yeah.
Sarah, would you like to share what an exquisite corpse drawing is? I feel like I was going to try to explain it with this piece of paper.
You sure can. I was just saying that I guess maybe Max maybe played that with us before.
I did play it with you several times.
Yeah.
And
I guess,
some
like-
of our drawings were in the magazine.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
What magazine? Please share.
Alphabet
It's
Soup.
called Alphabet Soup.
I'm gonna write
Alphabet
that
Soup.
down.
And there were 4 volumes. Yeah.
Sure.
There were 4.
And it was a magazine that really Dan and Max did a lot with it when we moved to Montana, and had friends from all over the country submit different kinds of art and recipes. And there was a CD that came with it, and people wrote prose and poetry and short stories, and we put it into these 4 really awesome, like, it was like not even, there was a zine, but it was like a catalog. It was huge. And sometimes Exquisite Corpse would make its way in there. I know you guys have played on the show before, but you have a visual device, so I feel like you should take it away. If we, I don't know, do we need to explain it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, we can just do it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we
think
can do it.
so when I did this with my kindergartners, well, I think it was 3rd grade we did this with.
It's
And-
really not worth doing it on your own because we can do it together.
Yeah. I'm wondering how that would make best, like, if I just like if I show something and then everyone draws something underneath.
No,
and then we put them, like,
two
together.
lines. 2 lines. Are you ready?
I have a bottom. Do you have a top?
I have a
top.
I have a top.
Fun. Okay, I'm almost there. Almost there. Just a second. Just a second.
Oh, do you have a top too?
I have a top. Can you be a middle? I guess I could be a
can't
bottom,
do
but
that.
it might look weird.
Oh, nice. Okay, now
Yeah.
you gotta switch positions.
Oh wait.
There we go.
What happened?
Well, that was,
Yeah.
I like that one. That one's good.
Hey
So-
Dan, put yours back over top of Penny's so that I can take a screenshot of it.
Okay.
Move it up a little
Is that
bit.
a mermaid tail?
There you
Something
go.
like that.
Okay, I got it.
Did you get Amy and Penny's?
I did. Yep.
Yeah. Great. Oh, here.
Like-
Well, no, that's gonna be weird. That's not gonna really work.
That's a good. I feel like I hope that anybody who's listening or watching can take that as a first date tip in case they're an anxious weirdo. Like,
That is a good date tip.
I feel like it's just easier than like. Well, so like I said, I used to be a teacher, and whenever we would give kids free time to draw, like it would be interesting because you would get such a like peer look into their psychology and like what's going on in their life or like their interests. And there was this one kid who, like, this is like what made me quit being a teacher, but like one kid would just draw Freddy Krueger all the time. And so this was preschool. This is kind of a long story. I will shorten it if that helps. But this kid would just draw Freddy Krueger all the time. And like every single time we had like any kind of drawing assignment, we would like, he would just draw Freddy Krueger and then he'd like, it's Freddy. And I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do to this kid? And like, he was the kid, he pretended to be deaf on the first day of school. I don't know if I want to say like pretended, but like he, like so that he could get away with doing naughty things, like going to the bathroom like whenever he wanted, or like wandering the halls or stuff, or like not listening to directions, which was actually very smart of him in a very tricky way. But
devious.
One of the other teaching assistants in the class got the kid to understand that Freddy Krueger isn't necessarily right to draw in every piece of art, which like even that's like some adult artists like find their way of doing like something like that, making their own art in a specific way. But she said this amazing thing where she was like, well, you know how Freddy Krueger is like a Halloween time tradition, like we're making a mural about wintertime and Christmas, so can you draw something that relates to that time? And she got him to draw a snowflake instead, and it was such a proud moment.
Aww.
That's nice.
And then the next week I had to convince him not to eat glue. But
eat what?
Not to eat glue.
Oh yeah.
It's not toxic.
You're right, it's not. I feel like every time I bring this up, I remember I brought this up at a party, and there's always one person who's like, they definitely ate glue. And I remember our friend Joe like raised his hand. He was like, well, you know, and I was like, you ate the glue, didn't you? And he was like, yeah, I did. And it was like, and he said that it had a salty, interesting taste, which is why.
Not that you guys know each other.
I tried to eat Play-Doh. It always looks so good, but it doesn't taste good.
And they made you make it into food chain.
They should make glue taste less bad.
What?
Or it's more bad so that kids don't want
I
to
think
eat
it probably tastes bad enough.
That's not good.
If they're eating glue, they really want to eat glue.
Do you think it's because it like looks like some other food?
I don't know. When I was a kid, there was a girl who ate her boogers because she said it was good for the blood. So,
I
if
definitely
kids want to eat
I've
weird
had it a
things,
couple
they
of times.
will.
When they like, you know, when they like drip down. I remember like at one point I was outside and it was cold and I like, you know, you have to like, and it just tastes salty, which I feel like if you're dehydrated, probably is the reason why it is nice. All right, just admitted that I tasted my boogers.
You tasted your boogers?
I've tasted my
Are you
boogers.
talking about like, you know when it like drips
Well,
down
that's
and you have to like lift your mustache of your milk mustache of boogers?
No, I don't.
Nope, mustache of boogers.
I think that's a wintertime goal for you, Max.
Milk mustache boogers.
Taste your boogers and report back, please.
Okay.
We need
I
to
will.
do an episode.
Oh wait, I don't have winter.
Taste
So I
your
can't.
boogers.
You're in LA now. That's right.
Yeah.
Taste your boogers. Oh, a comment nicely said that's called a snot stash.
Ooh.
So taste your snot stash and report back.
But I can't.
We have a drawing update.
Ooh. Nice.
I also I have some more exquisite corpse things.
Yeah, I have a top.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll draw a bottom.
I have an idea.
We're trying to figure out.
That was such
Yeah.
a good laugh.
This has to be at top though.
Oh,
Cute.
that one works really
Ooh.
well.
Are you taking a screenshot, Max?
Oh, I will.
Okay. I just feel like you're really good at that.
Okay, I did it. Yeah, I'm the only one who knows how to do that. So
I just feel like you're really good at that. Yes, because I'm the only one.
it
who does
requires a lot of skill to take a
Yeah.
screen.
Matter, come here.
Here we can.
I have my pixelated hat.
Some otter
Oh
time.
yeah, let's get
Ready
that.
to share.
Can we get that bigger?
Oh, yeah.
Doing that.
You're also gonna have to take a screenshot this time.
No, not me.
Oh, for Sarah.
Hmm?
Your hat. Oh, wait. Is it me? Wait.
Oh, I thought you were doing your thing first. So
Do that first. Yeah, do that first. That's good. Do you need me to take a screenshot?
Yeah.
Done.
Thank you.
Is that a mushroom?
I know. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, so tender. It also kind of looks like a
A penis.
yeah.
Hold it.
Which one is it?
Penis, so.
Oh, wow.
Can we make that bigger?
Nice
That'd
try.
be really nice.
Oh, cool.
Oh, great.
Wow.
You could easily translate that into the computer and make pixel art.
That was the idea. Was a pixel-arted version of Hot the Cat.
Does somebody have a medium or a bottom? I have a top.
I really like that one.
You have a top.
I have a
I'll make
bottom.
Oh yeah. I do believe Hot made a pixelated self-portrait before, didn't you?
True.
Yeah.
really get any closer.
I'm a top banana.
I need a bottom.
Yeah.
What's the bottom? I can't see it, Max. Oh, is it a dog? Kind of.
It's a lizard.
Can somebody take a screenshot? I like it.
No, why didn't it work? I pressed the wrong button. I got it. Okay, let me do one too. On the bottom.
With the banana or a different one?
Yeah, with the banana.
Ooh.
I wanna.
Oh, I love it. It's so cute.
Aww.
Do you guys remember that song? Like apples and bananas.
Oh yeah.
I heard them sing that.
Can someone help me remember? That's the only part that I remember. Can that
I like to eat apples and bananas.
Apples and bananas.
And then you change all the vowels to make it sound funny, like apples and bananas and apples and baninis.
And opals and bananas.
Opals and
bonobos.
And bananas and martinis.
Martinis.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a cocktail. I'm gonna do that while on this call. So I'm gonna move my laptop to the. Do you guys want to learn how to make mojitos?
I love mojitos.
Yeah, are you gonna do some cocktail art for us?
Sure. I don't know how to.
That is funny. When you said you were going to make a cocktail, I opened one of the clues for my markers and it said, here's a classy treat. Mint, rosemary, thyme, basil, gin, and vodka neat.
So, I bet that we went to the distillery.
Oh, I know that
I've
it's
got
made
a
with
top.
them, but it was just a cocktail-themed clue.
My,
About making a cocktail. Very appropriate.
My coworker, like, so my work does this thing where we were celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and this guy Eddie, who works in the accounting department, taught us all how to make mojitos, and it was kind of cool to learn about.
Yeah.
I'm just like reading these clues over here by myself.
I want to know.
Step out of drunk haze. The hot lettuce finale. Play those keys again.
Hot lettuce.
Hot lettuce.
Yes.
Lettuce.
Wow.
It's hot. Wilted. It's not necessarily.
It is like an Elizabeth Hunter line, if I ever did.
No, that was Carlene.
That was?
Carlene's
Oh,
voice.
that makes sense to me too.
I recently found a video of the only performance that you did as Hot Lettuce.
You recorded that.
There's
I
a
remember you
video
doing that.
of that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the best news I've heard.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Wow, I left a shot out like of Bacardi because I was planning on making this drink earlier and forgot because ADD. And there are like a ton of fucking fruit flies in it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Like really depressing.
Well,
Yeah,
at
that's-
least they're dead.
That's
now.
true. So I guess that's a tactic.
Yeah, you caught some.
I'm still a little grossed out. but-
Yeah.
Most of
Nice
these clues
glass.
are about alcohol.
Anybody have any mojito related facts?
Mojitos are delicious.
Did you know that mint is very invasive?
I did know that.
I didn't know that. I also don't really like mint that much, and I don't have any with me. So that's
How are you?
another
Gonna, don't they
ingredient.
require mint?
They do.
What
I-
do you? Is there something you like to put in your mojito in herb instead of mint, or in lieu of mint, like basil or something?
rosemary?
Honestly, I just realized now that I forgot it. But this one has guava in it because the guy Eddie that I work with, Eddie Valles, was telling us that that's
You have guava?
Mm, yummy.
Max, I believe you said you had a top. think
I
we
do, but now I'm coloring it because.
Okay.
Uh,
What color are you making it?
well, I'm just coloring the hair right now, but I will color the bottom pink.
I have a bottom.
Oh, I have a top.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, I got it.
Oh wait, here.
Billy.
Oh.
I love that I can just see John and Dan in the fire, and they're just
Yeah,
looking at us.
over there.
I think that's Jamjar and
Jamjar and Johnny Can Fills.
No, he
Emoticat.
emoticat.
Oh, emoticat. That's right.
Hey.
Hey Dan, are you gonna color your bottom the same color as mine?
Oh yeah. You said
I'm gonna color it green. I don't know where my pink marker is.
Okay, green's good. How's it outside? How's the fire?
Nice. It gets very hot if we are illuminated.
What's the temperature? You guys are bundled up.
It's cold, not by the
40?
fire.
Yeah, we have a cold snap hidden this week.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting rid of pine cones.
Oh yeah, the pine cone tree.
Should have dumped some sugar in here.
I think I'm gonna get some of my dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching, but I'm gonna leave the studio for a little while I eat.
Okay,
I don't really want to make you watch me do that.
Coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for having me.
Lovely having you.
Bye.
It was good to see you all and meet the folks I hadn't met before, and I'll still be here in spirit. I'm just gonna watch for a little while.
See you every day, I
Have
hope.
a good dinner.
See you every day. Thanks.
Max, I like how you said that. Have a good dinner. It had like a really nice ring.
You right?
Oh, hey.
Oh, thanks.
How's it going?
Good. Just been enjoying hearing about bonobos and mojitos without mint.
Sorry. I've just realized now that.
Nothing to say.
Yeah, it's not a mojito.
You know what? I'm
That's
trying my
nice.
best.
The first
When I made them on the work call, all I had was ginger ale and lime, and brown rum, not white rum. So it was not ideal.
It's like a.
I don't know about that.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know about that.
It was not bad, surprisingly, but I wouldn't say that it's authentic or the right way to do it at all. But then I made them again the right way, and now I'm making them a slightly wrong way.
Isn't the mint the most important part?
Yeah, I'm gonna take everyone off except me and Max for a second.
Why?
Hey Max, mint is the most important part.
That's what I would
You're
think.
you're right. Mids is the most important part. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that a Murph?
It's a Murph. Murphy. Look up.
Murph,
Ooh. a
Hey,
dog.
Murph.
Murph can.
Murph Cam. Murphy, it's you.
Murphy.
You're famous.
Murph Cam.
Murph, 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 Murph.
Murph, 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 Murph.
This is that small head.
Okay, Dan, are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on the bottom, right? This is going to be really silly.
Fun.
Someone
Great.
screenshot that?
I can maybe do it. Hang on. Hold it. Hold it.
You can take a picture
With the bottom.
Okay, hold it.
With that other bottom.
And got it.
Great. Thanks.
Betcha.
You're right. It's missing the mint.
The other bottoms?
It's just kind of weird about it.
You know, one of the things that I appreciate the most about art is that even when you don't have all the things you need, you can still make something out of it.
That's fair, but it just doesn't taste very good. Like art, sure, but food is kind of. You're not supposed to put beef in the trifle. That's for anybody who watches Friends. I'm trying to see what I can do to make this taste.
What's Friends?
Let's
I'm just
see.
going to keep adding more lime juice and hope that helps.
I wish I had some more. Here, can you put that back up, Max?
Okay.
Mmm.
Very good.
Penny, will you take a screenshot of this one too?
Oh, yeah. I can do it. Hold it. Hold it. It's done.
Great.
Good.
Have you guys ever done that trick where you like similar to the like similar to an exquisite corpse, but more like origami, and you like fold like a $20 bill to make it look like the Twin Towers you're falling?
I've seen that before. And you can do like other things with it too.
I don't have a $20 bill, but can somebody lend me one?
Yeah, sure. I'll email it to you.
We did learn how to
I could
transport
Do you accept
markers.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, Max, you weren't here for that.
I don't think you
What
can hold a
happened?
Bitcoin.
Do you want to
yeah.
You wouldn't
color,
download a car.
Penny?
Yeah. Do you have a blue?
Yeah. Do you want a light blue, a dark blue?
Dark blue.
Dark blue.
How dark are you thinking? Like,
Night sky.
okay, I don't know if I can do quite night, but
How
like
about a light? How about a lighter blue?
I can do a pretty light blue.
Okay,
Like
I'll
you
take
did
it.
earlier. Yeah. Right here.
Thank you. Yeah, got it. Thanks, Hot.
Oh. Now, why don't you show me how to do that with a $20 bill?
Well, I don't have a $20 bill.
Neither do I.
I have a top though.
What?
I have a top.
Oh.
Somebody do it with my head.
It's a little crazy, mine.
Well,
Oh,
this one's really big. Here, this one was actually fit with that.
oh. Here, I'm gonna go a little lower, I think. Right.
Where are his hands?
Well, they're down there. I made it a little close to the bottom. How much time for dinner? Okay. I may be going to eat my dinner soon.
It seems like Erica's doing that too.
What are you eating, Erica?
Some pasta
Mm.
with
Yummy pasta.
with Beyond Meat meatballs.
We just made. Oh, I just got Beyond breakfast sausage.
Oh, nice.
It was on sale, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna try that. But we had Beyond sausages yesterday with some onions and peppers. That was very good.
I'm gonna draw some pasta, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's gluten-free pasta,
Yeah,
of course.
delicious. Which kind do you like?
Usually I get the red lentil pasta. It's my favorite.
Tolerant or something? White box?
It's actually Barilla.
I think it's.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I like those too.
Yeah, what is that noodle shape? It's the
Fusilli.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, silly. Fun. We're gonna eat eggplant parmesan.
That's what I'm having for dinner tomorrow night.
Fun. It's so good. We have a cookbook by Marcella Hazan, who is an Italian cookbook author, and she has such a specific way of making it. And we just got the last eggplants from our summer CSA yesterday, and I grew a lot of tomatoes, and so it's like our eggplants and our tomatoes that are so local, and it'll be the freshest last season eggplant.
Will you forward me the recipe so mine tomorrow tastes better?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How do
Oh,
I
yeah.
do that?
I think you can post it in the chat, I believe. My phone is all the way over there.
Jake, can you take a picture of it? I mean, Oswald. BRB, I'm gonna do it.
I swear it sounded like someone was singing this song from Elmo's World. Hoodoo, 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 hoodoo.
Oh yeah. I was actually singing. I don't like you, but I love you. Sing Elmo, love you.
This sounds familiar. You need to sing with a little more confidence so I can figure out what song it is.
You know that song.
It sounds familiar.
Hear me badly.
Is it she and him?
Remember, you
Oh.
really got a hold on me. Really got
Oh, she and him do a cover of it.
Really got a hold on me. Okay, I got it. I remember it now.
Good.
Thank you.
Because I think that's as far as I could have gotten.
I wish there was a way to think of a song, and sometimes I'll just send an audio clip to one of my friends via text message, and then I'll just be like, "What song is this?" And
that's a good idea.
The most reliable app.
Yeah, Shazam. Have you ever used it?
I've never used the humming aspect, but normally it's a really obscure song when I can't figure it out or know one lyric, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I had a song like that where I heard it at a grocery store after I didn't hear it for years, and the words were just "oh whoa 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 whoa," like there were no words, so I couldn't look it up, and I wondered what it was for years, and somehow I found it.
Do you know what song it was?
Yeah, it was like Tarzan Boy or something like that.
Oh man, I think we're gonna talk about the Tarzan soundtrack with Phil Collins. What a gift, Phil Collins.
That's true.
We ever need a hype song.
I want to send this to you, and it's in picture form, and I don't know how.
You can put it in the Twitch chat. You can put it in the chat we got here, or you can add me on the social medias.
Okay.
I'm Amy Owns a Camera on Instagram, or Amy Shelton Photography.
Oh, I'm gonna find you on the Instagram.
The Amy Shelton photography has one that's pictures of things.
Bonobos?
Pretty pictures. I wish. Actually, probably not. I don't think that I would. Very nice. You know, maybe I might.
Amy, you should talk about your Phil Collins party.
Oh,
You had a Phil Collins party?
yeah. So I like to throw themed parties. I feel like I wish there was a major, like, I feel like I wish I could, like, call this, like, a performance art thing. But throughout, like, the years, I've thrown a lot of, like, really interesting or strange parties with friends and roommates. And we were trying to think of a theme for a party as I had just moved in. And I thought my roommate would be a fun person to throw a party with. And Ryan was sitting in the room with us, and we were like, we need to think of a party theme. Like, what's a good theme? Like, it's going to be Valentine's Day, kind of, like, but it's not, it wasn't quite Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day was in the middle of the week. So we decided, and Ryan just said, Phil Collins. And then we were like, yeah, let's do it. Because he said it with such enthusiasm.
And I was not expecting that reaction.
Well, I'm glad that we did because it was a very, very fun party. And so the theme was Phil Collins. We played some Genesis. We played some Phil Collins songs. And then there was a wall where there were drawings of Phil Collins that were up. And I'm not very good at drawing people. So we had everybody draw Phil Collins, and you had to do a drawing of Phil Collins and put it up on the wall. What
Did
other?
you have like pictures of him that people could look at? Because I have no clue what he even looks like.
Yeah, there were photos of him. We just printed a lot of odd photos of Phil Collins, like the weirdest ones that we could find, and then put them up. And then there was a Valentine's Day banner behind there, and we made little thing. Oh, and also, I think this is the best prop of the evening, if I can get my screen to look correct. There's a cantaloupe with glasses on it because he's a bald guy. And this was inspired by my dad one day thought it would be funny to put his sunglasses on a cantaloupe. And then he said that he made a self-portrait, which I thought was like, Dad, that's incredible. So this is Phil Collins.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, there were just photos of friends at the party. Look, there's Ryan.
Friends.
I'm trying to find more photos of the actual. Oh, here we go. Phil Collins. There's a photo of Phil Collins at the Phil Collins.
The rose is a really special touch.
I think it adds to the flavor.
Yeah, the flavor for sure.
Oh, and here's a better picture of the cantaloupe.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really look like Phil Collins, but it looks like it was trying to be a person. Yeah.
Awesome.
You guys are ever feeling particularly like inspired to put on Take Me Home and then put it on the radio when you're driving, and you might get lost or miss your turn because it's so inspirational? Oh yeah, the hottie pic. That was also printed very large because it was kind of a hipster apartment that I lived in.
That was definitely a featured pick.
That's Phil Collins?
Do you know that his daughter is Lily Collins, the actress?
Why can't I think of who that is?
Well, Google it while you're there.
Is that a
After we
different
look at all
Phil
these-
Collins?
The one who did the Tarzan soundtrack.
Who is this guy in your pictures? Is that the real Phil Collins? Or
That's
different?
the real Phil Collins, but that was the young, hot Phil Collins,
Yeah.
rather than the one that we all know and love.
When was that picture?
Familiar.
You know Phil Collins from In the Air Tonight, and if you don't know that song, then you know it from the moment in The Hangover when they sing that song, and Mike Tyson goes "Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo," and then like knocks Ed, I can't remember his name,
Helms.
Ed Helms in the face.
I think I'm gonna go now.
Sorry that Phil Collins photos turned you off.
No, it really wasn't that. It's the smell of eggplant parmesan right next to me.
Oh, baby.
It's turning you off.
No,
No,
that's
the
turning
one with the eye. Go
me
back, go
hungry.
back. The one with the eye is so good.
Muted. Well, thanks so much for coming, Franny.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you all. Where's my
Bye.
Thank you for arting with us. It was nice
Do you
to meet
do you want to promote anything before you go?
Eat your vegetables while they're still in season.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Wise words.
Where
Happy
they're not
night.
sweet candy, right?
Happy night.
Happy night.
Happy night. Oh, I love that.
Cool.
Here we are.
Here we are.
In the air tonight.
That's a song by Toto, right?
I'm not sure. Was the title that I just said the name of the song?
I'm just joking.
Oh,
Because you said it was by Phil Collins.
I didn't say that a million times.
What are you singing, huh?
I don't know. I'm just
Coy.
saying a little thing.
Did Erica disappear?
Erica's around. She's playing with Otter.
What?
Ow, Otter.
Jamjar, I can't see anything.
Jamjar.
Moving.
Yamyar.
You're moving. Well, you just bought that house.
My human self.
Well, I know that sound.
Less dark, less dark, less dark.
Did you say Lester?
Who's Lester?
Lester. Lester.
Just telling him to move off the couch. Actually, Lester would be a great dog name.
Oh, are
Or
your
cat name.
folks around?
Yeah,
Oh, is that a Kenji?
here's a little Kenji. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Kenji, you're so great. I miss hanging out with you, Kenji.
oh my god.
Oh, he
my
made the
tender, tender heart. Oh, I'm gonna cry. It's so cute. Oh
Oh my god.
Boy.
Another one.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself just in case I start crying.
You can let it out, Amy. I know.
I have this problem where people, I'm on a Zoom call with my group call with my work. Oh my god, it's so cute. Its little ears look like little hair. So sometimes people's pets join us on the Zoom call because they jump in, and we have this rule where if your dog or child walks in the room, you have to share them and introduce us to them. And everyone brought their new pets, and somebody brought their new puppy, and I immediately burst into tears. So then the next month, somebody got a new cat, and then I immediately burst into tears. So now it's I'm the crier in the monthly group chat with a whole host of people. So that's great.
That is great. And very on brand.
I cry at cute things.
I was just watching this nice show that's on Twitch called Make Yourself Cry with Kenise Mobley. It's great. Right?
Can you describe more of this? Also, what are your dog's names?
What is it?
Sorry, let's not feedback a whole bunch. This show is out of can.
Oh,
Every time.
Otter just flops down there.
Otter time.
I like
So
the way that cat sits so
this show is
like that. It looked like
with Denise Mobley, who's a comedian. Oh, we can't do this. Yeah, Denise Mobley, who's a comedian in New York, who just has on guests and then they talk about what makes that guest cry.
That's another first date question I have.
Wow.
No, I just ask, what's the last movie that made you cry? And it's always an interesting conversation. But what kind of things is it, like sad things that they show the person, or is it like wholesome things?
Different people have different things that they bring in. So somebody brought in a scene from Titanic, and someone else brought in a series of videos where it's soldiers surprising their children.
I watch those to make myself cry also.
Yeah. Those were a good one. What else did people do? Some people bring songs, but then they can't actually play them because of the copyright stuff. Somebody brought the song, a music video of the song "Hurt" as performed by Johnny Cash.
It was in my top songs last month. It was like on repeat. Having a rough day.
But it's got to be the video set to Guy Fieri eating food.
What?
Do we all know that video?
No.
It's oh man. I feel like that's an internet classic. It's Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt set to Guy Fieri eating, going to Flavor Town and taking these those double triple bite, sandwiches that he can't fit in his mouth, him taking these outrageous bites. But it's this just great sad song set to the mayor of Flavor Town getting down.
He's actually a really wholesome guy. I don't know if you know that. There was a comedian who was talking about how Guy Fieri looks just because he's a dingus not a dingus, he dresses like he wears flames and his hair is on fire.
On Conan.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
I mean, I feel like everyone's sort of come around by now to him.
Yeah, well, my ex's family used to watch Guy's Grocery Games, and I feel like he always was really nice on that. But then I looked up he's done a ton of gay weddings and stuff, and donates to a ton of charities and helps small businesses and stuff. And
I heard he did a lot of great stuff when the pandemic was really bad about helping workers that had been laid off, like restaurant workers who had been laid off.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be a good Halloween costume. Guy Fieri.
A laid off restaurant worker.
Well,
laid off.
Somebody's trying to make people cry.
An empowered former restaurant worker.
Yeah. Hopefully,
what would you do for that Halloween costume?
Guy Fieri or laid off restaurant worker?
Empowered laid off restaurant worker.
Yeah, laid off restaurant worker by choice.
I feel like you'd have to have an apron or a smock to act it to throw on the floor.
Like a McDonald's shirt or something.
Yeah. You can't fire me. I quit. Slam.
and something stolen.
Okay, this is gonna sound kind of odd because I used to manage a Thai restaurant, and I think a couple of you guys know that, but it was like really stressful, and like I was there at open to close all the time, and I used to pick up shifts constantly. But one thing, like my boss wouldn't fire people because he didn't have like the spine to do it. He would just like take them off the schedule. So he made me fire them as a 22-year-old, and I will say, like, being fired sucks, but like firing someone sucks too. And sometimes it's like I had to fire this like 44-year-old lady who like she just couldn't do the job. And it was like, I'm not trying to be like a jerk to you. You just literally like fuck up the food all the time. It's like it's like they say the thing, you write it down, and then you put it on, like you write it in this specific way, and then you give it to the kitchen. But she would somehow mess it up like all the time. And it is kind of hard when like people are asking you a million things or like they forget stuff, but she would mess up like even like the most simple order. And when I had to sit down and fire this lady, it was like so awful. But I don't know, I was watching like The Office and listening to this podcast, and they were talking about how like they always show videos of people getting fired, but like they never have it from the boss's perspective. But the way that they did it on The Office is that he had to fire someone, and he had to do it by the end of the month, and he forgot. And then of course it was October, so he had to fire them on Halloween while they were in costume.
I think I remember that.
I know you talk about Sam and I forget that's his name, right? Your old boss?
Yeah, Sam.
I know you talk about them with fondness, but that's not cool for them to
really
have made you do that.
Yeah. It was a learning experience, though. I feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't have preferred to do that. I'll say that for sure. But I think it was an experience that I will take with me for the rest of my life. And if I am ever to be fired again, I will see a little part of it from their perspective, like, I guess.
And you'll flip your shit.
Yeah, I'll just fuck you. Just kidding. And I'll steal an apron, and I'll use it as my Halloween costume for next year.
Always bring an apron if they are calling you into the office. Even if you don't work at a restaurant.
That would be a good way to sneak into the back of a restaurant.
Just walk with confidence in an apron. You can get in anywhere.
My cousin said if you're walking with a bag of ice, no one will ever question you.
Walking with a what?
Walking with a bag of ice and wearing a black outfit. If you want to get into a bar as an 18-year-old, carry a giant bag of ice and dress in all black, and then change in the bathroom.
Into your apron?
In case anybody is 18.
No one that is listening to this is 18.
I heard if you also carry like a ladder into wherever, same kind of thing. Not a bar, but like anywhere. If you're just carrying a ladder.
Children's birthday party.
You can get deep into like the bank's vault. Children's birthday party.
I feel like as a photographer, I either get like people assume that I have a CTA vest also because I work with CTA, and because I wear a vest, like people don't question like you know what you're doing. But yeah, I guess that's another thing. Yellow vest, yellow construction.
Yellow vest is a good one. I've heard that can get you a lot of places.
Just confidence.
Yeah, confidence too. It's key.
Just in general. Okay, no, I don't have that. I'm like the worst liar. One of my friends was telling me like during a job interview, just lie and say that you like know how to do all this stuff, and I was like, have you seen me try to lie before? Like, my parents would be like, "What did you do tonight?" And I was like, "I went drinking with my friends. I'm so sorry."
I'm the same way with applying to jobs. Like not
Yeah.
even interviewing, just apply. Like I get so much anxiety, like lying about like, well, how many years of experience do you have with this software? And they'll say like 4 minimum, and just like lying about that like gives me anxiety.
You know, most
Yeah.
women don't apply for jobs because they don't feel that they're qualified, but most men will apply for the same job and just fake it or like say that they have, and I don't think women get told that they can do that. Or maybe it's like, Erica, can you help me explain why this happens? Because I'm trying to get in my brain about it.
I think it's because women are socialized to like
People please?
people please. Yeah, I think that's my theory.
Well, a lot of, I don't know, I feel like it, I don't know.
And
I
there's a
think
lot
you told me
of
that.
like perfectionism too
Yeah.
that we're conditioned to have.
And I guess expectations of like what you're allowed to do are normally like specified a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm always afraid of being found out, and I feel like that's more of a like my Jewishness that comes into play in a certain way.
I feel like certain other people would say like Catholic guilt,
Yeah,
or I guess that means like you're not like my friend explained to me that it's like feeling. I didn't grow up Catholic, but he said it's like whenever you feel joy, you feel like you shouldn't be feeling joy. And I was just like, well, that's fucking stupid. And I was like, oh, I should be sensitive to this. He's like explaining something to me. And I was like, that, like, if you're feeling joy, then you must be doing something wrong. And I was like, imagine growing up in a system where that is the mentality. And I was just like, that sucks.
yeah, that one is kind of strange to me.
There has to be also relative pain. Like you have to have suffered in order to be feeling that pleasure.
That one is very familiar to me.
And these are the people who don't like BDSM?
I mean, I don't know what's going on with them.
I'm sure many of them do
I hate that you
secretly.
zoomed in on me during that.
Nice one, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to go.
Well, thanks for coming, Max.
Was it the BDSM
Thank you. What?
or unrelated? Was it the
What'd you
talk
say?
of BDSM that triggered your exit?
No.
No, he got so excited
That-
about that now he has to leave.
He's
That
gonna go
made me
off
want
and
to
try
stay,
it.
but I can't.
Well, I
was
really
lovely.
appreciate you being here. You'll have to send me those screenshots.
Yeah, you'll have to remind me. Oh, I forgot to share the art that I drew, though.
Oh yeah,
I'd
please.
like to see. Wow.
It's great.
Can I see?
Love it.
Can we see more? Can you zoom in? By like,
No, there really isn't more. Oh, you mean get closer?
yeah, I would like to see more details. Wow,
Oh,
there's
there's the lizard.
so
There's
many
a
more.
lizard on there.
Yeah, that's where I got the idea for the lizard body. Okay, good night, everybody.
Do you want
I
to
like
promote
this
anything before you go?
Oh yeah, I made a video game that everybody should play.
Oh, I started playing it. It's great.
Thanks.
What's it called?
It's called Ruby and Rusty Save the Crows. I'll share a link in here.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
I'll share a I'll share a screenshot, and then I'll leave.
All right. See what it is.
Well, this looks fun.
That's because it is fun.
What are those little things? Go back or go forward. The thing on the top, those things. The little weird worm things?
Snails?
They're worms.
Oh yeah, I
Worms?
just remembered, Dan. We didn't look up what maggots look like.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that one on here.
You're not going to do that one?
I'm not going to do that on air.
Oh well, maybe I
You don't know
will.
what maggots look like?
Well, we had a weird event today where we walked to the park, and the beginning of our walk into the park, just at the entrance, it smelled like fish, and there were a bunch of weird things that looked like they could be like caterpillars, but also could look like maggots. And they were just sitting there squirming, and there were so many of them, and nowhere else in the park. We just walked around the park, and we're just like, what happened there? What is going on?
They were just on the ground?
Yeah, they were just on the ground. There were so many of them. Some of them people had stepped on and stuff because there were just so many. You couldn't walk through, and it smelled like fish. It was so weird.
That's really gross.
Yeah, they totally were.
Please describe this in detail so that I can barf on camera.
Yeah.
That would be a different show. Make yourself barf.
Make yourself
That should be a show.
I
would
will
never watch it.
I feel like it happens with me more often. Like it's just for some reason when people describe certain things.
Yeah, you've said that you can describe something to somebody else and make yourself vomit from it.
Or if someone's describing it to me. But
diarrhea.
More like if I have to try to describe something. And when you said it's like certain sounds will also make me vomit.
You can play the game in your web browser or download it.
You can play it on your phone, right?
Look at this.
You get to choose between Ruby or Rusty.
Wow. This is so cool.
Okay.
Erica, did you share a picture of the maggots?
I did.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to click that link.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Max.
I don't want to make myself vomit, but I will I'll think of something else and try to describe this, which is not how my brain functions. But if you ever have an old can of oatmeal, don't ever buy expired oatmeal from the store, because you can sometimes have mealworms that turn into moths, or Indian pantry moths. They're from India, but they're just a specific kind of pantry moth, and they eat all of your food. But when I opened the container that had the oatmeal and dried fruit in it, which is what attracted them, and then oatmeal is a good nesting place for them, they bred inside of there, and we were trying to figure out where these moths were coming from, and they were just all up in there, and it was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But it was the way that all of the motion was happening at once.
I hate this.
I can't.
I hate what the words you're saying are.
So I immediately vomited. Other things. Some people think it's funny to make sounds that make me vomit, like the sounds of like potatoes being squished together when you're making latkes.
Mm.
Thank you, Ryan, for that lovely Hanukkah
Oh yeah,
experience.
Yeah, you're welcome.
that's a sound
I got
for sure.
Stop it. Please stop.
Jamjar,
I'm just gonna mute this.
when was the last time you vomited?
yeah, Jamjar.
Gosh. Well, I guess it's kind of good that it's hard to think of.
Yeah. If you can remember, I don't know.
Yeah, no specific event that's coming immediately to mind.
What about a hangover?
Hangover. I've tried to get more strategic with my anti-hangover strategy as I've aged, and that's further in between, probably like a year ago.
Describe either the after event of the vomit or the fun times before the vomit.
Oh gosh.
Prefer fun times, not the aftermath. But
I feel like it's usually always just like didn't eat proper, drank too much, had good fun, and thankfully my body rejects it before I go to sleep. Would be the brief description of the last time I might
it
have.
was a very scientific explanation. I was hoping for a like your grandfather is telling you the story of getting to school, walking uphill both ways. Type of story.
And I was so sick of that bullshit. That generational harder than thou bullshit.
Jamjar, have you ever had to look up something in an encyclopedia instead of using Google?
Ever in your
Is this a roundabout way of asking how old Jamjar is?
No, I've done it, and I'm curious if anybody else has, and you just happen to be the person that we were speaking to.
Yeah, certainly. It has been a while.
Could you describe that experience and what you were looking up?
I wish I just had these experiences like from 20 years ago. Because that was probably
what is the most emotional memory that you remember looking up something in an encyclopedia?
Oh man.
I'm loving this group therapy vibe.
When I had access to them, it was like animals, exotic animals.
Wow. What kind of exotic animals specifically?
Oh my god.
Lizards were some.
Are there different kinds of lizards? Like how many different kinds of lizards would you suppose there are? Everyone. If anybody knows.
Wait.
Why are you grilling Jamjar right now?
I'm not. He hasn't been talking a whole lot, so I just thought I would ask him some questions. And so when I was a kid, my mom.
Here we go.
I couldn't sleep because I had insomnia and I had ADHD. So she handed me an encyclopedia and she said, if you read this, it'll get boring enough and you'll fall asleep. And that's kind of what happened, except I just learned a lot about a lot of random
It was
crap.
the opposite, and you read everything.
It did help me fall asleep, though. It, like, I would get to, like, a certain point and then give up. But I don't think that that's meant to be read in that way. I think they're obviously meant to, like, you're supposed to look at a specific thing.
I don't think encyclopedias are meant to be read in any specific way.
Yeah, it's not
Alphabetical
usually
order.
form.
An encyclopedia. You
Yeah.
use an encyclopedia as any way you want.
That's fair. Thanks for that.
I have recently seen some full encyclopedia sets on the free section of Craigslist that have piqued my interest for a second before I remembered how little of space I have and how
Yeah, like, is there really any use for?
Exactly.
Some people use them to
Like, what
art.
happens to them?
Some people draw like
And whatever year's edition of it, I mean, could be missing all sorts of advancements in our understanding of what is in an encyclopedia.
That'd be a fun to read, to like look up things that you think might be outdated, like the term like queer or like from I immediately
USSR.
That's exactly where my mind went to, is like how people identify themselves.
Yeah. Like I feel like if you looked up non-binary, it would be like about like
Math.
existing outside of like maybe like, well, I mean, it would still make sense that it would be like outside of a binary, but it might just say C binary.
I would be surprised if there was a entry for non-binary, like,
Same.
I don't know, like before.
Seems like a fairly new term.
I mean, like,
relatively.
I
think
don't
maybe
exactly
gender
know.
fluid there might be something for like you know what, I feel like there would probably be some sort of entry for two-spirit, because the two-spirit people have existed, or sorry, three-spirit. It's two. Sorry, I can't remember. But it's how indigenous people would identify people that are outside of the male and female orientation. So they identified as outside of those gender roles. What other things might be outdated?
Bill Cosby.
Are people in encyclopedias or just things?
That's a good question. You're probably right.
You know, I just miss the impression. I just miss being able to do the impression, because it's such a fun voice to do. I don't think I do. I just think I get a kick out of doing it.
I just found out that Hannibal Buress became famous because he made jokes about Bill Cosby.
I mean, that's not why he became famous, but he sort of like brought it back into the zeitgeist.
I just think it's cool that like comedy can do that, you know, like bring something like and expose it in that way, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the best comedians of all time have a established worldview and put things in ways most people haven't thought before. Like George Carlin.
We're in ways that people haven't like identified, like been able to like verbalize, but like can speak to things that are really common to people.
Or things that are hard to talk about in other ways. So I feel like for me, I feel like I like, not to get into like my own psychology, but I feel like it's easier. My therapist will sometimes do this thing where I say like I'll like make a joke about something that's bothering me, and then she'll like be like, "Oh, can you explain that further?" And I'm always like, "Oh fuck!" Like I was trying to be funny, but now we're gonna like dig deep into this. But like, it has a way of like allowing. We were talking about puppets earlier, and I really wanted to share this, but like puppet psychology is fucking fascinating, and like I always talking about how kids' drawings, like kids will draw what they're thinking about or be able to express things in drawings that they can't say with words. Like I had a kid draw like this person that I assumed was their mom, and then there were like two people with briefcases in the background, and then they were like I was like, oh, is that your mom? They're like, no, it's my nanny. And then I was like, who are those people? And it was like his parents. And I was like, fuck, that's sad. And like thought about that all the time. But like kids with puppets will say actions or things that they are too shy to say, like because it feels like it's coming out of someone else's mouth. And because kids, like when they look at Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, like they truly believe that it's like Mickey Mouse versus like and when they have that puppet on their hand, it's like it allows them to believe like that because it's like fantastical and different, that it's not them saying their feelings.
That is really interesting. Makes me think of The Shining with Danny and the finger.
Oh, man, that's interesting. Might have to rewatch that movie.
You should anyway.
The cinematography in it is like groundbreaking, right? Like it was the first time they used Steadicam, I think.
First time ever using Steadicam was Rocky.
Yeah, well, the opening helicopter shot is iconic, where that follows the car on its way to the Overlook Hotel. Like that. I mean, that we see shots like that all the time just because of drones, but that was probably a good chunk of the film's budget, was like getting a helicopter. And
it's interesting. I didn't know that was like a very original thing for that movie, because like in like the 80s and 90s, like almost every movie opened with a shot like that.
Well, because it was new and exciting.
And The Shining was 1980, I think.
Was it?
Let's look it up.
Wow. Where's the encyclopedia?
1980.
Do you guys know the motor scooter was invented in like the early 1900s? Or sorry, I think, yeah, early 1900s. I'm going to pull up a photo that is cute of that.
We're missing our whole bottom half here.
Have either of y'all seen images of like, they're not all turn of the century, but they're like vehicles or like things like motor scooters that like were like introduced into the public, but like they never caught on. Like, am I making any sense? Like the modern equivalent would be the why can't I think of the Segway? That's really cool.
Okay, so this is from 1960.
I thought that was from a lot earlier. Are you sure that's 1960?
1916.
Oh, 16.
So, sorry. I feel like I said that really fast. Yeah, so 1916. So then my friend sent me that and was like, this is fucking cool. And then I was like, wow, that's amazing. And he's like, wow, this is like older than color photography. And I was like, actually, and I like hate being this person, but because like I'm a photo nerd, I was like, the scooter is maybe 10 years older or 10 years after color photography, because like color photography got popularized in the late 1950s, but it wasn't really feasible, like because it didn't become feasible till like the 50s, 60s for like the average person, but it was actually invented in 1855.
Wow.
Did you experience great joy from correcting your friend?
I felt more like I was excited about sharing information.
That's nice.
But I did share that meme that was Oscar from The Office leaning over and saying, actually. Oh man.
Welcome back, bottom half.
Huh? Bottom half. You're
No.
back.
Yeah, where'd you go, bottom half?
Had to go check on the fire.
Oh, it's
That's acceptable. You should check on the fire.
It's really just the smoldering coals, but
you are in
yeah,
Montana.
Huh?
You are in Montana. Dry out there.
This is true.
What's your favorite thing about Montana?
The
skyline.
The big sky. I love
How is the sky appear?
I love being in the mountains. And yeah, particularly where Missoula's at is really easy access to, but a big enough city,
Yes.
relatively.
I've never been to Missoula, but I hear that it's lovely from many a friend that is on this.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to Colorado in 2 weeks, and I'm kind of excited about that.
Cool. Where at?
My sister is moving to Denver, and I am helping her move. And then I'm going to fly back on Monday, but I'm leaving on Friday to drive there.
Driving.
I hope that she's down to make some stops along the way. And if anybody has any suggestions for stops, my sister kind of enjoys like basic things, but I enjoy weird things. So if there's a medium ground.
I do know that along that trip is the largest travel center in America.
Excuse me?
Yes.
The largest
I've been
travel
there.
center, like the largest gas
Like rest
station,
stop.
rest stop in America is in Iowa. Along that.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Where's that?
It's in Iowa somewhere. I don't know.
I think
we never went there, did we?
We might have stopped there, but it wasn't like it's not interesting.
It's not memorable.
Okay.
It's just, oh yeah, this is big.
I've stopped there.
It's just the only thing.
Why would you recommend that? Actually, honestly, I have some pretty nice photos from there. I'm going to share it with you because it was vintage and it was kind of cute.
There's not really that much like on the way to Denver.
How
No,
dare you not recommend
It's true.
It's there's a great Arby's right outside of Denver.
There's like really nice mountains like west of Denver, but I don't know.
I'm literally going to pull up a photo of this fucking gas station.
Yeah, it's just a very large gas station.
Okay, so there's a vintage part of it. This is the one that you're referring to. World's largest truck stop.
Yeah, world's largest truck stop. That's the word I was looking for earlier.
I took a nice photo, so you're not completely wrong. But we were there for a total of like a minute. No, okay, maybe however long it takes to fill up gas. Sorry, I said that in the meanest way possible. I was like, how dare you recommend this place I've already been to?
What's that? What's the Corn Palace? Where was that?
That's South Dakota, isn't it?
Yeah, South Dakota.
Corn
Mitchell.
Palace.
Mitchell. I think.
Yeah.
Yep. It's on your way to Waldrug.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this Corn Palace.
Yes, help me more.
I've actually never stopped.
I can send a picture of it.
I could probably actually find it.
What's the name of that movie where that kid and why is this man's name escaping me?
Goonies.
He was on Hot Ones, and look at us. He's really famous. Starts with an otter.
Oh.
Oh my god.
You gotta
Thank
give
God
us
for the
more.
internet. I would just seem like an idiot. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd goes on a trip with a kid who is in a wheelchair. It was not that great of a movie. Maybe that's why none of you guys know what it's called.
I'm just thinking about how whenever he goes on Conan, he shows that same clip from Mac and Me of the person on the wheelchair like losing control and like falling down this hill into a ravine. And whenever he's promoting like a clip from his movie, at least one of you knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Whenever he's promoting a movie, like when he was in, I don't know, like Anchorman 2, and he'd like, all right, like this is he'd set up the clip, and then it would be this other clip, and you forget he's gonna do it even after like the 10th time. Like he does it every time, and it's always great. Ooh.
Okay, so it was.
I gotta go there. I'm getting good vibes from this pick.
Is that one of our pictures?
It is. I also have a second picture of it that I think would be.
It was under construction when we stopped there.
You mean it normally isn't boarded up like that?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Bummer, I was looking forward to those boards.
Which one's which?
Well, the movie was called The Fundamentals of Caring, and Paul Rudd plays a character that's a caregiver for a guy with muscular dystrophy. And
2014.
Wow.
Who knows what they're remembering?
I love that.
Remember when?
Never forget.
Corn Palace. Never forget.
Remember when? Corn Palace.
When in the
Remember
movie
Mitchell.
they go on this like adventure and they stop at all these like the world's deepest pit, the biggest ball of yarn.
The best Corn Palace.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be fun to do an adventure of sorts like that. Because, you know, there's like the world's biggest, and then it's like Spoon or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of like that about America. Like, that we just have things that are. We like things that, or like, I don't want to say we as everybody, but I feel like as a culture, we appreciate things that are very large or things that are very, very small. You know? Like, I find dogs that are very, very tiny, very cute.
Bigger is better.
Or dogs that are really large. Like all dogs, but you know what I'm saying.
We're just a nation of one-uppers, whether it's large or small.
Yeah.
A nation of extremes.
In a world.
In a world.
Where everything is only very large or very small.
There is Shaq and there is Kevin Hart. I also watched Fatherhood. You didn't like it?
I don't need to watch it to know.
It was
I
so
don't like it.
sad. It was really good.
Kevin Hart.
Oh my God, you're literally like judging it. No, it was not like it was a whole good movie. It wasn't like I get why you might think that Kevin Hart might not be good in a dramatic movie, but it was really good, and I'm staying on
It's
that.
not good in a comedic movie, and that's supposedly his forte.
Well, I've never seen any of Kevin Hart's other movies. So I only watched this one, and I thought that it was good, and I stopped. So. What's the last movie that made you cry, Dan?
Oh man.
Which one's Dan?
I said, what's the last movie that made you cry?
You talking to who are you talking to?
Erica. Hot.
There it is.
What is
There it
the
is.
what is the last movie that made me cry? What movies have I watched lately? I haven't watched a ton of movies lately. That's tough. I have, however, been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The movie?
No, not the movie. The TV show.
We've been watching the show.
Nice.
It's
I've heard it's amazing.
It is.
It is really good.
Yeah, it's really great.
Definitely watch it.
I was unsure what it was going to be like, but I had only heard good things, and it did not disappoint. And I think it's the last thing that made me cry.
When
I've not seen
what
it.
was it? The episode we watched today?
I don't think. I think it was the one yesterday. When we just watched that one episode and it like had the different parts to it.
Oh, really?
Just that one scene. I mean, I'm not going to describe it because there are people who haven't watched the show at all.
That's
but I can
funny.
tell you about it later.
Oh, right.
There's a part in the episode that we were watching today that kind of got me.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. These the episodes today were also very emotional.
What is the show about? In general, everybody talks about. They're like, you have to watch it. You have to watch this anime, and then they don't tell you anything about it.
I don't know how to describe it because it's like it like takes place in this world, and they do such great world building that like you can't just. It's hard to like just sum it up, and it's really enjoyable to just kind of watch and just experience for yourself.
It's like these 6 friends who meet at a coffee shop in New York City and just the hijinks they get into.
It's a
The show about
nothing. Oh, jinx.
Yeah, I mean, it's like.
I'm sorry. It's just my frustration because I feel like so many people will like tell me like watch this thing, and then
I understand that.
And then they never tell me like in general what it's about, and I feel like I need like maybe it's just the way that like I am enticed by things that I need a little like it's an emotional journey of a child or a young person or like
I mean, basically, it's a kid who wakes up in a world that he like isn't. I don't know. Like he's like I don't know, whatever. Like, but he has to save the world, so he has to like grow and learn stuff and then save the world.
Okay.
Just as
that
like
was a little more helpful.
The most basic like idea I can possibly make of it.
We're gonna work on your selling skills, Hat.
Hat?
Hat the
cat?
Hat the cat?
Hot. I quit. Sometimes
Cat
when I
the
go
hat.
to pronounce things that start with H, I have a hard time with it, and I'm not sure why. If anybody has any logical reasoning for that, I'd love to know.
When I was a kid, I couldn't say my L's.
That's pretty common.
I had to go to speech therapy. They were W's instead. So like yellow was yellow.
Yellow. Oh, did you just do
Nice.
W's?
Did you just write
Some
W's?
No,
Those are some beautiful dubs.
Yeah,
I said
those
the
are.
word. I said the word whimsy earlier, and it's been like a real inspiration word for me. So I'm trying to make this. This is going to be pasta and a plate, and it's going to say the word whimsy with pasta.
I love
Love
it.
that. Wow.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
cool.
got anxious about the lettering because I was like, I don't know if this is going to be good or not. And then
Am I at McDonald's? Because I'm loving it.
An appropriate silence. For this.
Sorry.
You don't have to say sorry. I just I got into this and I stopped talking. It's not that what you said was in any way odd.
It's that I interrupted you for my dumb joke.
No. I just genuinely was like, okay, I'm gonna start trying this now because I forgot that I was doing it.
Did you remember your green bean cast?
Yeah, I ate more than half of it.
That's good.
I should eat some of my food.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is getting a little weird.
You're drawing?
Yeah, I'm working on my my painting.
Oh, it's looking good.
I don't have any eyes at the moment, which is weird.
I love it.
There's starting to be places for eyes.
You're
You're
doing
giving
it.
off this aura.
It looks
Wow.
like
Good.
you have a different process than you normally do.
What do you mean?
I thought normally you'll do like one area at a time, kind of.
I mean, a lot of times I do start with the eyes because I found that's the easiest place. If you don't get it right at first, it will screw up everything else if you try to get it right later.
You should start with the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours kind of ended up looking kind of scary in mine. If anybody would
I mean,
like
but you kind of did a different style. I'm going for a kind of realism and stuff.
No, definitely not realism. It
Donnie
gets
Darko
funnier the
Dan.
more I look at it.
Uh-oh.
They just don't really look like eyes at all. I don't think I set them into your face in any way.
I love it.
If you were wearing your glasses earlier, this might have been easier.
Hmm.
When I was a life drawing model, the teacher used to make me take off my glasses sometimes because students would like use that and then like focus on that, and then it's like he would say that the way that like students think is that if the glasses look like the person's, then it's easy to identify them because it's like iconography versus like what they actually look like in realism, or like realistically what they look like.
Hmm.
But it made it really hard for me to count the back tiles on the wall, and I was very bored.
I hear a dog.
Koi and Kenny.
Is
Are
it
they-
true?
Well,
Rough.
Are they doing their thing?
their nightly rituals, yeah.
What nightly rituals do they do?
There's some thrusting and tumbling and
Is Koi getting the upper hand?
yeah,
Upper paw.
Kenji submitting.
Koi's the top.
Oh my god! I thought that they were just genuinely wrestling, and now I'm trying like.
Oh, I mean, kind of both.
It's a dance.
I mean, the one doing the most thrusting is a
Make a
female.
little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. What is the one song at a wedding that makes you dance? Everyone.
I don't know if there's ever been a song that has been played at every wedding I've gone to. Like
that brings you out on the dance floor.
Chicken
All right,
dance.
set my cup down. Sorry, we'll get back to this. This is my jam.
Ryan knows that every time I'm at any sort of concert, I always do the chicken dance to get people around me to dance. But I do it in a sexy way or a seductive way, or like I do it in a way that goes to the beat and the music is like a punk band or like a soul band or something. And I feel like if I make a fool out of myself,
It always works.
it makes other people uncomfortable.
I always enjoy it, and you always make it work to whatever is playing.
Did everyone have an answer? I feel like I heard chicken dance, and then
I mean, my serious answer is "I'm Coming Out" by Diana Ross.
My grandma's song is by ABBA. The Dancing Queen is her song.
I was hoping it was "Man After Midnight."
She likes that song too. I made this joke once. This is an off topic. I still want to hear everyone's answers, but like my grandma like hits on young men that visit her house in an uncomfortable way, and I remember telling like my ex-boyfriend was like, "Oh man, she always hits on like young blonde guys that I bring home," and he was like, "Why am I so offended that your grandma didn't hit on me?" I don't know why I still find that so funny, but it just brings me joy.
That is.
Erica, what's the song that makes you dance on the dance floor? Get up off that seat, shake till you feel better.
I really don't know.
That's a James Brown reference.
I can't say there's just one song that always makes me want to dance.
So not the chicken dance of the YMCA. I think everyone gets up during the not the cha-cha slide. The electric slide is really long. To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
That's the cha-cha slide.
Yeah, I guess it's the cha-cha slide. Everybody comes out.
Is that really played at weddings?
Everybody plays that at a wedding.
Thinking of a bar mitzvah?
I have never been to a wedding where that song does not get played.
I've never been to a wedding where that song is played.
That's
like a kid's song.
I have photographed 8 weddings, and I have been to a lot of weddings just as a guest.
I know.
Have all the weddings that you've been to been Jewish weddings?
No.
I'm just confused as to what the difference is between all these weddings that I've been to.
I just feel like weddings have like a combination of like sexy songs and like love songs and like dance like funk and R&B, and like the cha-cha slide is a little more like it's a little too campy for a wedding.
I think I've heard it played at a wedding, but I wouldn't say it's been played at every wedding.
I would say that
really
it's played
depends
at
on
every
the
wedding
people.
I've been to.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We were just at a wedding, and they didn't play the cha-cha slide.
Was it a Jewish wedding?
It was actually it was Penny and Oswald's wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we
So
didn't.
they've been married for like
Congratulations.
3 weeks or something like that?
No, they've been married for a year and 3 weeks.
Oh, this wasn't the recent.
I'm going to one of those this
visit.
weekend too.
It was, but
Anniversary.
they got
Oh,
married
but I see.
again.
Because of that thing.
Yeah.
That peculiar thing.
Yeah.
Hot, is it true that last week there were about 2 more hours of the show
Yeah.
from where we are right now?
No.
But like at least another hour, right? Like
There
an
was
hour and a half.
about another half.
It was mostly just me on the phone talking with Hot
It's true.
about random things in life.
And somebody from the Planet Scum Discord came in the chat for a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's funny.
I love that phrase. Oh, that's funny. Because it can mean a good thing or a bad thing. You know?
That's true.
Or a very judged thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
The way I have a
Oh, that's funny.
I have a family member that when she says, "Oh, that's funny," it's like
sounds super
like,
judgmental.
it's so judgmental and it sucks. So I feel like when Erica said that, I was like, and I was like, oh wait, no.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Does that feel better?
No, it has nothing to do with your delivery of it. It's more like my association with that phrase. And now I'm just laughing. I'm thinking of all the times that you could say that, and it's getting like more depth the more we see.
Are you making that face in your painting on purpose?
No, I just haven't done anything with the mouth in a little while. So, yeah.
Mustache is making it frown a little bit. Or maybe just like kind of a mean look.
Yeah, it does kind of look like you're. You only have a bottom.
There's the word curmudgeon making full circle.
Yeah. Nope.
I just noticed your penguin shirt. That's lovely.
Penguins. It's for the king kazoos.
Do the penguins have kazoos?
Nope.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just a kazoo band that was at my high school.
You can't just say that and then not go into detail.
I mean, I don't really quite know what else to say about it, actually. It was these four
What songs
guys.
did you play?
What? I wasn't in it. It was it was a quartet, and it was just before my time. Like, I think two of the guys were seniors when I was a freshman, and the other two had just graduated. And yeah, I don't know. It was they were pretty good. I remember they did the emceeing for like an event one time, and they started it off by doing a little like 20th Century Fox like with their kazoos. Yeah, and now they sold T-shirts, and I got one.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I wish it was penguins playing kazoos.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's been informed to me that this is the Linux.
I was just gonna say that.
The Linux
It looked like.
penguin.
Uh,
Do you know what that means?
no, I don't.
It's a kind of operating system for a computer that is for people who like coding and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know there was a penguin involved.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like the StreamYard has this duck. Like the penguin is kind of, I don't know.
I love that the StreamYard has a duck.
You used to use that emoji a lot when you texted. you would just randomly send me
Duck
that one.
emoji.
Yeah, I feel like you would either use the duck emoji or you would use the howdy cowboy one.
What's a duck emoji look like?
Yeah. Yeah, I still use that.
It just, I feel like it adds, like I said, the word whimsy, I feel like is my word of the week. And I feel like it adds a little bit of that, which is nice.
You're welcome.
What's everyone's favorite?
Yes.
Ducks.
I started a class once and they asked you, like, what's your most commonly used emoji? And I didn't want to be honest and I totally lied because my, like, most common one was, like, the crying one and I didn't want to be like. But I feel like that can be both, like, happy or sad crying or, like, this is so cute and wholesome crying, you know? But I didn't want to have to explain that. So I think I just said a different one. What do you think? Right now it's blueberries, I guess, but that's because I kept saying, don't forget the blueberries.
Emojis have come a long way.
Do you remember having to press buttons on a phone?
Remember when?
I feel like that encyclopedia question was very, like, when I asked that earlier, I was genuinely, just, like, curious if, like, anybody, and then, like, I specifically asked Jamjar because, I don't know, I was interested to see what their answer might be, and...
You just never expect a corn palace to be so sentimental.
I will say it wasn't really like any like one part of that movie. It was kind of just like every question led to something only tangentially related to the last thing.
That's how my brain works in general. Like,
Yeah. But it was laser focused on Jamjar. Like, come up with this idea. Okay, now that you're thinking about that, think about this thing that is only barely related.
Well, he said what he was looking up in the encyclopedia, and then I was like, I want to know more about lizards. And then, like, he just didn't. I feel like I always want to know why. I'd like, you know, when a 2-year-old asks why every, like, or I guess it's around 3, maybe it is. Like, yeah, around 3, they start asking why at everything. That might not be the wrong age, but
it's okay.
They just, like, continue to ask why, and I feel like my brain never stops doing that, and that's what makes me a really detail-oriented coworker, but also might make me kind of annoying in general. Or interesting to some people. I don't know.
I think it makes you interesting.
Why do you say that?
All right. That was officially one too many. No longer interesting.
We're
almost at an Irishman.
We're getting pretty close. We have 23 minutes to an Irishman.
I think I'm ready to go to bed soon.
I don't think I can make it to an
I
Irishman.
just finished up my food preparations.
What did you make for
the
dinner?
evening? I made a